I'm going to do what I've just told all the teams to do, hold it here. The good news is I think we're almost ready to start this afternoon's presentations. We're just missing one minor element at this point in time. Somebody's nicked the judges. Oh, yeah, there. Good. Can I ask you to come to the front? Sorry. We were looking for you outside, thinking you hadn't come in yet. We're deliberating. I think we can tell Marion not to panic now. Oh, there she is. Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for coming this afternoon. My name's Ian McGregor. I'm the chair of the board for Young Enterprise in Devon. And this is our area finals. And today's the day I find absolutely amazing, when we get the chance to see all the youngsters that have been working on the company program this year actually stand here, do their presentations. Now, I hope you've all had a chance to see their stalls next door and have a chance to chat to them and see what fantastic products they've got, and just as importantly, exactly how much work has gone into it. It's absolutely amazing to see what they've done on there. We're now going to go into the presentation phase. You've probably seen some of the practice going on there, but this is going to be it now. Now, the difference that we've got this year is at the back we've got the cameras there, and we're actually lucky enough, thanks to Alex at the back and BitPod, to be actually live streaming this event out on the internet. So I think unless there's anything untoward of me out there, this is only the first time I'm on the internet as well, he says hopefully. I'm sure somebody will come back and tell me otherwise on there. If you want to, if you're on Twitter, if you could retweet, it's on bitpod_UK. Yeah, I've not got rude signs from the back, I've got the OK from the back there. So if you care to retweet that, then hopefully we'll get a lot more people actually following it. There we are. Somebody said they're watching already. Brilliant. We can get lots more people watching it, and hopefully it'll be a fantastic experience to actually understand that not only are you doing it to your colleagues, compatriots, to your teachers, advisors, etc., you're actually going to go out, and members of the public out there are going to see how amazing you are. Let's get to the main part now. We're going to go straight into the presentations. It's going to be done in an order, and I've told all the teams the order. I will call them up. They'll come up on the stage, and as you've seen, they're going to do the presentations. The judges here are going to make their notes. I'll introduce the judges later on. The judges will then go away. Then we have a keynote speaker with Chris here today to give us a chat. The judges will then come back and will then call on the judges to actually tell us their decisions and to... First team from Exeter College, that's Bream. Could you please welcome them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hello everybody. So yeah, we're a Green company from Exeter College, and as probably most of you know, we produce 3D printed high quality puzzles. So this is a photo of our stand and our products. And what we're going to talk about today is our strengths. So our main strengths today was, during the year, was perseverance. We never gave up when we had some difficulties. We overcame most of our difficulties during the year, and it was very important for us during our journey. And perfectionism. So we were very perfectionist, especially regarding our products. So we worked in every single detail regarding our products, and we went through a process of evolution during this year, both as a team and as a company itself. So we had to discard some of the products and develop the products that were already existing, and think of new ideas, new products, and yeah. So we got some quite negative feedback during the trade fair at Christmas from the judges, but we didn't really think about it as negative. We constructed from that, and we used it as an example, and we built from then onwards. So we're going to talk about our weaknesses. So online marketing was one of our weaknesses this year, because we invested a lot of time in online marketing, but we didn't invest enough money because we didn't have any money. And basically, yeah, so it was a bit, didn't really have a purpose to it, but it didn't really quite work, but we learn't from our mistakes. And high cost of our products because we had to import them and the postage was quite expensive. We couldn't produce them at school, and and the budgeting, we kept spending money, but really didn't take in account how much money we were spending, and this was one of our weaknesses this year. And the main weakness, which was a challenge as well, was the lack of staff. We started at about 12 people this year, and we ended up being in 4 people for various reasons. People left, and Sebastian, our CEO, is now in Slovakia. So he's helping us, but he's obviously not here. So this was a big challenge for us because the work kept building up and overloading. So I'm going to pass the microphone to Ali.
So the very first challenge we came across was communication between the members. As an international group from 6 countries, sharing our ideas was most difficult due to difference in perspectives, cultures, and habits. Amongst our biggest challenges was also coming up with a unique idea of a product. Having several ideas to start with, we had to consider how our product would make us exceptional. Innovation, creativity, and quality were our objectives. Ultimately, 3D printing was the only concept that fulfilled our goals, leading to the production of the triple puzzle and the 7-piece puzzle known as the Tangram. Hence, we had to discover who our product was really for. Well, we anticipated children between the age of 7 to 14 would be most interested. And that was true. However, we were surprised by the fact that they were the grandparents that were our best customers. And here you can see, you can see Preem clothing, an idea which did not proceed, and the process of choosing our logo, which is the very bottom one. So next, finance. Due to high cost of production, we ended up with low profit and less expected sales. That being the fact, we had to do other independent sellings in college open days and expos. In addition to the high cost of production, other expenses like postage and packaging were of noticeable value. So to cover these costs, we took a loan worth £200 from the college, which will be returned at the end of our business.
Okay, so continuing with the finance, so talking about the accounts, it was quite a challenge at the beginning of the year because especially for Jack, our finance director, who is in the audience. And so it was quite difficult to do these accounts at the beginning of the year, but we got into the habit of doing it weekly and updating our accounts. And then we had a lot of issues with the bank because what happened is as the team members left, obviously they were the signature holders, and so we had a period of time during this year that we couldn't access any money in the bank, and so we had a bit of story with the HSBC bank. So one of the objectives of this year is to give back the money to the shareholders. So a lot of people have invested quite a lot of money in us, and so we made it an objective to pay everybody back what we owe them. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is our final product, which is the app. And this app is available on the App Store, and it's available for iPad and iPhone. And basically, it is a logic game, and it's all about studying patterns. And the aim of this game is for everybody, for people who have got a phone, to use it in an educative way. So it's a game which is very addictive, and so yeah, we hope you can download it now. So. And finally, we got a video.
It's been a long
Sebastian going and leaving us.
without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you.
Thank you, Preem. Thank you very much. Right. Next, we've got the team Wood on Waves from Ilfracombe Academy, please.
Good afternoon. I am Maya Nardoni, the Managing Director of our company, Wood on Waves. Coming from Ilfracombe Academy, we have created products that harness and reflect the beauty of our surrounding beaches, tapping into the vital surfing industry our local community thrives on, as well as reintroducing what was once a very popular product back into the market. We believe our products offer a unique and personal experience. During the process of brainstorming our ideas, we were conscious of a growing problem we now strive to create a solution for. As huge amounts of holidaymakers flock to our beaches every summer, many purchase polystyrene bodyboards. These do not only have a short life, but also get broken, left behind, and come to litter our beloved beaches, further polluting our oceans and endangering our wildlife. Our aim is to be able to better our beaches, and in doing this, offer an alternative. We sell wooden vintage bodyboards, stripping back surfing to its original roots. We also offer a design to be put on these boards after the decision of the need to extend our range and offer possibilities to stand out from any other similar products. This idea developed from our other products. Wooden paintings that display beachy coastal designs hand-painted by our art team. Customers can choose from a range of designs or can recreate a concept they already have in mind. Because of the popularity of our custom design boards, we introduce the opportunity for names or messages to be engraved into the wood. This adds further potential to our products, allowing for versatility and opening up our company to both the vintage and art markets.
Hello, my name is Zebby. I'm the Marketing Director for Wood on Waves. Due to the nature of our product, we did realise that selling in a market environment would be quite a challenge. Our boards are very niche, so we knew that they would only appeal to a smaller target audience. However, we overcame this when the painted artwork drew an attention from passing trade, generating interest which could be converted into sales. The designs and paintings also meant that selling in non-coastal areas was easier. For example, one of our customers uses their board to hang on their wall as a piece of artwork. Another problem we came across was the actual production of the boards. We tried to do this ourselves, however, this didn't work due to lack of facilities, equipment, and a general skill set needed to make them to such a high standard. Therefore, we subcontracted our production to a supplier who had been supported through us throughout the process. This meant that we were able to still be part of the process, but have a better quality product. Furthermore, with the judges' feedback after the first trade fair, we had to change our pricing structure as they realised that we weren't maximising our profits. After calculating our costings and considering all the factors, our boards now cost £40 for a plain, £50 for a design, or £55 for a custom. This gives us a minimum profit margin of £16.50 to a maximum of £25. With customer feedback, we have had many positive reviews. However, one challenge did occur when a board we had sent to a customer actually had a chip in the tail. Despite being unsure how this has happened, we offered a part refund and now ensure that all our products undergo all our products undergo a quality check before they are sold, packaged and sent. This shows that we have been able to look past unfortunate occurrences and move forward as a business.
We believe that this shows after facing many challenges, we have dealt with them in successful ways, constantly improving our knowledge of business and learning from the mistakes we have made. We have also sought further opportunities in spreading our name and company, setting up social media accounts and a website, this being an obvious first step. We have carried out surveys, speeches and written articles to reach out to potential customers. We are currently talking to a local business that is more than happy to trial and stock our boards over the next summer months as hopefully the sun comes out. We are really passionate about promoting our company, aiming to better our beaches and continuing to bring timeless, personal and customised vintage bodyboards to the forefront of bodyboarding and surfing in the local area. Thanks very much for listening.
Thank you, Wood on Waves. Next is Blue Velvet. If I could ask the girls from Blue Velvet from Maynard School.
Hello, we are Blue Velvet from the Maynard School, our Young Enterprise Initiative. We'd like to say thank you for the Met Office for hosting this event, and thank you for Young Enterprise for organising it. So, first things first is our team. We've got quite a big team of 14 members, so sometimes there's a lot of debate and argument, but it's been great to see the development of individuals stepping out of their comfort zones in areas such as trade fairs and business meetings. We like to think of ourselves as a cooperative, so this means that all ideas are presented by different members, such as Ellie, and then are voted on by the whole group. Again, this limits debate. We've found that members of the group have had natural separation. For instance, certain people looking more at administrative things or financial sides. Ellie has done product design and has become a creative director, and now I'll hand over to her to talk a little bit about the product.
Hello everyone, I'm Eleanor, and I've taken on this role of supporting the creative side of our business, Blue Velvet. So we started off with a big mind map of loads of ideas we could do, and because we are a girls' school, we thought what a better way but to focus on something we know very well, which jewellery, fashion, we all love a bit of shopping at the end of the day. But so we started with chokers, and we thought of many different routes we could take, and we thought, actually no, we'll make our own chokers, because that's the best way we could get our profit. So we have our little chokers here, where with a local craft store, we make our own clasps on the back. So this meant we could get as much profit possible, and we actually have a very high profit margin, which is very good in order to help us expand, which is what we did. So then we had our scrunchies, which are our best sellers. And actually these are perfect because our school goes from very young to very old. And, and we sell these like every day. People come up to us and they're like, oh, can we have a scrunchie? Can we have a scrunchie? Because they're perfect for sports and for many different activities. So these, when we were at the craft stall, were our best product to sell because they're so easy to grab and go. And when we did our Christmas fair, this is what we found was one of the judges' comments to us, was that our chokers, we originally started by them being personalised. So you could pay for an extra letter or to have a pendant or a glass bead. And we went on to actually make them so that you can grab them and go, which we found as a challenge we overcame, and it was a lot more simpler for us. And we found that actually Christmas and Valentine's Day was a really good opportunity for us because we were able to make our cards, which we've done events at Darts Farm, and we're working with different companies at the moment on Madeline Road and things, and see if we can stock these, which they're very interested in, because especially our Scrabble letter cards, because they're a fun, interesting way we've been able to express different designs, and it's been good fun. And I'm going to pass you back to Imogen.
Well, I'll talk a little bit about our journey. So from the beginning, like Ellie said, we just had one product, which was a choker. But thanks to our sort of boutique style, we were able to expand onto different things like the scrunchies and the cards. So I think it's fair to say we've learned a lot. I've learned loads about money management, especially, product design, and group galvanisation. And I'd like to say thank you to the judges and their clear feedback on things like signage. So I think at the beginning they said our signage wasn't clear enough or big enough. So we've obviously amended that, and yeah, we've had good reviews about it. So finally is our feedback. We've had some great feedback, which is really encouraging, and it hopefully points to a picture of a helpful team with a good product, which I think is what we originally aspired to be like. So yeah, I'd like to say thank you to our teachers and our helpers, and thank you to Mariam for supporting. So, yeah.
Thank you, Blue Velvet. Next, moving quickly on to the next team are Brain Blocks from Trinity School.
Good afternoon. We are Brain Blocks. We'd first like to thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation. Our company strives to achieve excellence through innovative and revolutionary products. Our product combines both jigsaws and Legos, two of the greatest toy themes ever made. When we first began developing our product, it was approaching Christmas time. So we originally wanted to create something that people would be interested in gifting. Throughout this time, fairy lights are extremely popular, so we wanted to involve this in our product. This is how we came up with our light in the bottle idea. However, when creating this product, we realized this was not the route we wanted to take our business.
Coming up with the product that we have carried on to this point was a changing point for our business as we changed the product we were making to our building block jigsaws. Fun Lego jigsaws for all ages, with laser engraved image on a wall of Lego. Going on from deciding on our products, we created different images. We created Christmas images for selling at the Exeter sales first. Producing our product is a matter of creating the designs on CAD and then laser engraving the different images that we choose onto Lego bricks. Then we break it up to arrive to you like a jigsaw, all broken up, ready to be made. The images to go on our jigsaws hold endless potentials. We could put any picture on your very own personalised jigsaw.
Here is Jack, age 5, opening his brain block on Christmas.
What is it? Is it a jigsaw or is it Lego? Oh my gosh! It's a brain block box. It's not a Lego and it's not a puzzle. It's the best of both worlds. Oh my gosh, it's the best present ever. Yay!
Thank you, Jack.
After 3 trading opportunities, our current financial state is very secure. We currently have a revenue of £380 and a further £120 in assets. It costs us £1.66 to make a product and we sell it for £5, giving us a profit markup of £3.34. We then decided, after selling out on our first event, to increase the price to £7.50 to increase our profit markup. However, this resulted in sales being reduced, and therefore we decided to reduce the price back down to £5.
In efforts to expand our business, we felt that social media accounts such as Instagram and Facebook were extremely necessary. These pages have become vital for us to advertise future selling events and new products. Here again, we have Jack, age 12.
Mum, can I please get the Darth Vader one? I've already got the rest of the Star Wars collection with Yoda and the Stormtrooper. I really like this one. It's only £5. Please, Mum, please, let me get it.
Going forward, we are waiting to confirm the details of what we need to put on our product and packaging for the Exeter Chiefs selling our product in their store. We have managed to get a prestige selling spot at Morrison's to sell our product in just a few weeks. As well as these new selling opportunities that we have acquired, there are endless opportunities and new variations to our product to, for example, you want a bigger jigsaw? No problem. Or a picture of you and your partner on your personalised Lego jigsaw as a wedding favour? No problem. Or an educational toys for children with learning difficulties? No problem.
Finally, we have Jack, age 35, married with 2 children.
Oh, it's a Brainbox Elite 500 pieces camper van. I'm sure this would be far too hard for my children, but it'd be perfect for me. I'm sure my beautiful wife Alice would love to buy this for me as it's my birthday next week. Thank you, dear.
As you can see, the possibilities for Brain Blocks and its products to expand are endless.
So, your brain won't stop with a Brain Blocks box. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Brain Blocks. Next, we move on to OMJ from St James, please.
Hello. So from the very beginning of OMJ, we knew what we wanted to achieve from our product. we knew that we had to create a product that was not only environmentally friendly, but looked great as well. As a team, we were concerned by the amount of rubbish that our school threw away, whether this be metal, glass, or fabrics. So for the first couple of weeks, we talked about a different range of ideas that we could do reusing some of these materials. So we had ideas such as watches, jewellery, and coasters. However, after extensive group discussions, we decided that we wanted to go down the route of masonry jars. However, we knew that they couldn't be ordinary masonry jars. So this is where we had the idea of them being environmentally friendly.
We at Original Masonry Jars pride ourselves in being an eco-friendly and vegan company by using recycled mayonnaise, curry and jam jars donated by parents, teachers and small businesses in our local community. The wax we use for our scented candles is soy bee wax, whereas paraffin is made from fossil fuels, which is damaging to the environment. Soy bee is made from soya beans, which is a renewable source and free of pesticides or herbicides. During the first stages of development, we planted terrariums of cacti and succulents to be household decorations. However, as they didn't sell as well as our candles, we have since decided to develop the idea into something new. In place of the terrariums, we've decided to grow our own plants and herbs that can be put inside the jars or kept as seeds, so our customers can plant them when they want to. Instead of growing them in plastic plant containers, we have made our own pots from recycled newspapers that are completely biodegradable.
The next step for our product was to clarify our unique selling point. We already knew that we wanted our masonry jars to be environmentally friendly, and this was a great start. So, to add to the appearance of our jars, we hand-painted each one with acrylic paint. This means that every jar is unique and all are made with love. After the first market, we decided to develop our ideas further and add plants and herbs into our jars, and this widened our target audience. We wanted to be able to help our planet more by growing our own plants and herbs instead of having big companies grow them for us. So we sourced local seeds from local companies and businesses, so we are still helping our local community. Our newspaper pots that we planted them in provided them with a safe place to grow and flourish. These then were able to be bought as fully grown herbs or as a packet accompanied with one of our unique jars, so our customer could plant them in their own time. We now have had interest from local shops such as Sancho's Dress, who are offering to display our jars.
So as I am sure the teams here today have discovered, during the road to the final product, there has been a lot of hurdles that needed overcoming. So towards the start of our journey, we lost our business advisor. This was a big blow to us, especially as we're such a big group. We really needed someone to help us stay on track. And then several weeks later, we lost our teacher because she got a promotion, which meant she was around less.
So to start off with, our starting money was £167. We got this by selling shares to teachers and parents, many of whom were very interested in our product and gave us feedback that helped shape it to become what it is today. Our startup expenses for the first fair was £110. However, we knew this would be used to buy things like candle moulds that we could reuse in later fairs. Our first fair in the Princess Hay was very good for our company, and we in total raised £138 gross profit. From our first fair, we noticed that our painted jars sold better than our seasonally themed jars, and we found that people liked the idea of growing their own plants in the jars. In our second fair in the Guildhall, we raised only £55 gross profit. However, the starting cost for this was much cheaper, which was good. Before we finish, we would just like to thank the Young Social Enterprise Group for giving us this opportunity, and the judges for taking time out of their day to help this. And finally, our teachers for being excellent role models and providing great advice.
Thank you, OMJ. It continues. We now get to County Roots from Exeter School, please.
Hello. 6 months ago, we were in a meeting deciding whether our bespoke placemats needed a cork backing. Since then, we've created a company which has proved itself to be both commercially viable and which is a great product that has captured the imaginations of our customers. Our company is County Roots. We wanted to come across to the public as a group of young people passionate about where we live and have grown up, with a real interest in producing design-based products which draw on our heritage and this incredibly beautiful county. We feel our name and logo encompass this with a clear emphasis on rural tradition with modern and artistic flair. Even when we were talking about table mats and coasters, our original and thankfully doomed proposal, we already had a clear sense of what our company should be about. We wanted a Devon company with a Devon theme, with a product that was actually made in Devon, which is why we consciously sourced every resource we used from within 20 miles of Exeter. We wanted to keep young people involved in our project from start to finish, whether that be designing the images that actually went into our book or selling our product to customers. And we also wanted to deliver first-class customer service, which we have really worked hard to ensure from start to finish.
So what is our product? We have produced a Devon colouring book under the title County Colours that aims to target both the adult and child market. During our research, we discovered that there was only one other comparable product, and it was both generic and computer-generated. Already knowing about the current craze in adult colouring, with over 4 million books sold last year in the UK, we could see a clear gap in the market for a well-designed local product that took real pride in its theme. Our book encompasses 18 designs of places in Devon, all drawn by young people who live in the county. Each is accompanied by a short description of the scene that enables our product to double as a tourist guide, or simply something nice to keep even after you've completed it. This double function, along with the distinction of each of our designs being hand-drawn and in individual styles, makes it truly unique.
Our own passion for the product was quickly justified as we plunged into sales, breaking even within the first 3 weeks as our product proved a hit at the Christmas market, selling 80 alone at the Princess A trade fair. This strong sales record continued through various schools and market events and was mirrored in our business-to-business sales, with a Sidmouth bookshop and an art gallery among our stockists. In addition, we are presently in negotiations with both the Ram and Exeter Cathedral, who've both been very complimentary of our product. We've enjoyed further success in our marketing, building a loyal customer base from which we've profited as a result of favourable reviews by word of mouth. We have a distinctive social media presence and a clear rewards strategy, such as offering an art class with a local artist in a competition for customers buying our product. We're presently exploring other outlets to extend our outreach, putting together an audio clip for Radio X and writing articles to local lifestyle and feature magazines. Our proud achievements to date remain our sales performance at Princess A and winning joint best company in the Guildhall Trade Fair.
Given these successes, we are currently considering the future of our company. With a healthy financial position, we have turned over £1,500 and hope to see a 200% return for our shareholders. Recently, we have taken on new team members, like myself, to ensure we can get to enough events to sell the product. An obvious route for expansion would be to make another order of 500 books. However, we felt that from the very start, this company works best as a grassroots model, with young people involved throughout. And so this is why we are considering rolling our model out to neighbouring counties, making sure that young people are still involved in the design and the trading, so we can preserve the USPs and the integrity of the company. When we do wind up, and if we have any leftover stock, we will be donating them to the local charity Hospice Care. Thank you very much for listening.
Well done, guys. That was County Roots. Thank you very much. Next, we have Main Lights from St Cuthbert Main School.
Hello, my name is Lauren Smell and I'm the Managing Director of Main Lights from St Cuthbert Main in Torquay. Together as a team we have created our own homemade scented candles. I would just like to thank our sponsors Devon Contract Waste, our advisors at Bishop Fleming, and, of course, Young Enterprise. I will now pass you over to Sarah to discuss production.
Hi. So when starting up our business, we realised that there is no such thing as a perfect setup. No matter what you do, you're going to have to use different methods to better the business and change people's roles around within the group. And we realised as well that there's a lot of overcoming clumsiness, not to mention any names, Lauren dropping candles on the floors. So over the course of this project, we used 2 different types of wax, paraffin wax and soy wax. We had our mishaps with both, but this helped us to distinguish what wax we were going to use for certain designs of candles. We also noticed that soy wax melted really fast in the microwave, so whilst we had this on the go, we would be melting paraffin wax on the stove. So this proved to be quite an efficient process, and we managed to make quite a lot of batches in a go. When we had free lessons and in our meetings at lunchtimes, we would have a group of people set up to decorate the candles and others to wrap up the candles. We calculated that decoration did not cost much. It was about 5p per candle, and yet it added quite a bit of value to the final product. To further develop this, we asked customers at each market what we could do to better our product, and we would then incorporate this into our next batch of candles. So that's the production process, and I'll pass you on to Finley, who's going to talk about sales.
Thank you, Sarah. What we learned from selling is that people don't need candles. We had to try and convince them to buy candles as it was something they wanted. Our candles were high quality items at a low price. This resulted in it being easy to sell the candles to our customers. People were surprised at how low of cost our candles were. Then, when we were able to mention the fact that they were handmade, they were very intrigued at this point. Our customers were shocked that we could produce high quality, long lasting candles for the low price of £3, then later £3.50. This meant we could easily convince people to buy our candles after we attracted them to our stand. We then focused on, in our sales, how to talk to people and how to convince our potential customers to buy the product, as this was a very important part of our candle making process. We were very active in our sales as we usually went out into high footfall areas to speak to customers about a product. As we spoke to people, if they stopped, we noticed it would be easy to sell the candles to them at the low price of £3, then later £3.50. This meant that we focused on the low price so people could be easily tempted to buy the product. This all goes back to the quote we're showing as we quickly notices that we need to have good salesmen so we convince people to buy our low costing products as it was something they didn't actually need but want. So when selling, we focused on the low price of the product, selling in high footfall areas, and how to talk to customers. And I'd like to pass you to Aaron, who will talk about finance.
It's funny to think that we started with nothing, so we raised share capital from ourselves and interested staff. We invested this in stock. Looking back on it now, we probably should have figured out earlier that buying in bulk is actually cheaper than buying in smaller quantities. It's basic economies of scale that I learnt in GCSE. However, it took us a couple of weeks to figure it out. Unfortunately, we got overambitious and bought too much. So as we came towards the end, we had a lot of leftover stock. So we had to come up with alternative stock uses so our loss was minimized. This is when we diversified into other candles like shells. We managed to secure deals on stock with discounted wax for our customer loyalty to the supplier and cheaper jars from a useful employee discount at the store. To conclude, we sold over 200 candles and our net profit after tax is £114.08. That means that our net profit margin is 27%. We have £200 as our remaining assets, which we are selling in a liquidation sale. We could go on from here like the red paperclip guy, and reinvest and keep reinvesting. But sadly, our team will be separating soon as some go off to uni and others start their own A-levels, no doubt choosing business. I will now pass you over to Robert to conclude our speech.
Thank you, Aaron.
I'd like to finish off by saying this on behalf of my team. We took many things from Young Enterprise, but one thing, and the main thing we thought, to be a successful entrepreneur, like you people in the audience, that you have to have teamwork, confidence, and people skills. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Main Lights. Coming towards the end now, we're moving on to the next team is Fractured from Exeter School.
Hi, I'm Sam, Managing Director of Fractured. After consideration, we opted to use our creativity to launch a clothing brand designed by young people for young people. During the latter months of 2016, we witnessed the rise of Trump, the fallout from Brexit, increasing inequality, and the environmental problems facing the world. This showed us that the world was becoming a divided and broken place. Hence, we named the brand Fractured to convey this message and the need to fix it. Tom, our IT director, does freelance graphic design and photography, so he designed the brand and the necessary graphics. Our brief to him was something clean and simplistic to attract a wider consumer base. He came up with the grid logo, which we all loved, so we set about completing market research. This gave us a really good indication of who we were competing against in the market for well-designed urban-style clothing and as to different price levels. I will now pass over to Henry to talk about operations.
Thank you, Sam. The way we looked at our market was one that needed to be catered for in a 21st century style. And it was for this reason that we pride ourselves on our website and e-distribution centre. Our website is slick and unique and fits the aesthetic urban look of Fractured Supply. But it is also pragmatic and easy to use for both the consumer and the team. Orders are both quick and simple, and because of our custom-made system, orders come through on each of our phones. We then package the order, send them off to our customers. Our brand has had global interest due to our wide outreach. We have a diverse visitor base. For example, we've had visits on our website from both Romania and Angola, and we've even had sales in Scotland and the USA, which means we are an international seller. I'll now pass you over to Emily, who's going to talk a bit about marketing.
The main focus of our marketing strategy was to use social media, an effective way of reaching our target audience of young people. We created Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts and researched the accounts of brands that we respect to understand how we should build our accounts to stand out. We found that we needed high-quality images to stand out from the crowd, and these were taken at photo shoots in urban locations around Exeter. We used the single hashtag Fractured Supply, to ensure all our posts can be viewed together in one place, and our customers have also used this when posting pictures of themselves wearing our clothing online. We decided to pay to advertise on Instagram and Facebook, and for just £16 we have reached over 12,500 people globally, resulting in more sales. We've also promoted our brand in person, campaigning in school assemblies and at sports events and drama productions, as well as in person on our trade stands and advertising on posters and screens around our school. I'm now going to hand over to Sevi to talk to you about sales.
So, sales. I would liken our sales to a partially built building. It aimed very high, but at current it has no floors. Now, we started not really knowing what we were going to do. We didn't know if we were going to sell any products or even make any profit. But luckily, we had an inspiring and powerful speech from our sales director, George Hulse, which spurred us on to sell. Now, succeed is an actual understatement because we have sold 148 of our units, which means 148 different people are wearing our products. Not only wearing the shirts, they're wearing the message we are selling. Now, profits. We have made just over £1,000 to date, and we're looking to make a predicted £1,500 once we've sold all of our profits. Now, I hear you all ask, what's next for Fractured Supply? Well, what's next is us, the Fractured family, are hoping to continue developing our business and promoting our message. And we're hoping to do that through market specialists and influencers that are going to grow our business into the business that we hope to carry on one day. And finally, we're looking to continue to try and sell to small local businesses like Beats Working in Barnstable, as we'd like to stick to the grassroots that our business blossomed from. Finally, back to Sam, the man behind the brand, to give a few closing words.
So on behalf of everyone from Fractured, I would like to thank Young Enterprise and the Met Office for hosting this event, and we will now leave you with some of our reflections on the Young Enterprise programme. Thank you.
Thank you, Fractured. And for the conclusion, we now have the last team is TET, T-E-T. We can welcome them to the stage, please.
So we are TET. My name's Will. This is James, Amber and Louis. We're a group of Year 11 students that have really had to strive hard as the GCSEs are upcoming. And I'd first like to pass over to James to give a little bit of information about our final design.
So this is our final product. It's called the Kangaroo. It's an adapted style of a changing poncho, sort of a drying robe that has a waterproof pouch in the front, hence the name Kangaroo. It's designed to be practical and comfortable, and keep your modesty on the beach, etc. Obviously, we didn't just come up with this product. There was a long process to get here, and I think Louis is going to take us through that.
So the route we thought we'd take initially was sports themed. Most of our group are quite sport orientated, so we kind of had a few ideas. First idea was a tote bag, and our second would be a changing robe. Our main products we decided on was this changing robe and tote bag that was combined together, and I think.
But to get to our final goal, we needed to raise money, so we decided to go with a sports-themed calendar. With the basis that we were doing this in November, and with our 2 meetings a week, we would be able to get a high-quality product out for the Christmas market.
We worked through our template designs with Callum, our advisor from HEPCO. We featured sports teams on the photos that we took, and unfortunately, due to lack of production, we couldn't quite get the product out ready to sell. So I think passing over to.
So after a lot of brainstorming, we saw an opportunity. So the only other dry robes that are out there are very expensive, and their entry models are actually of a similar price to our adapted model. And so we thought we could produce this affordable drying robe that could match the market leader with the USPs to really get it to sell.
So as a team, our first goal to overcome was how we're going to manufacture it. So we looked at manufacturing ourselves, but found it was not efficient and also cost us a lot of money. So we looked at companies online, which we found a company up in Manchester, and we bought the robes initially from them, and then got supplies from a local factory, which is 5 minutes from our school, Hefcott factory, where we bought the waterproof material and the pouch material. From there, we took it all together and took it to our DT department, which is textiles, woodwork, and we got a teacher from there to put it all together to finalise our design and make our kangaroo. So for our futures, we looking into manufacturing ourselves, but Amber will say a few words about that in a minute.
The feedback we got from Exeter Fair were they thought that there should be more sizes and more colours for children, but it was well priced compared to our competitors.
So our experience, however, did have some bumps along the journey, which we had to overcome. One of the main problems was that we struggled on deciding, and when we did, people opted out of the responsibility to take it further, and so this meant we struggled with producing our calendar in time, and we missed the Christmas market. So without our small project giving us the money to build our robes and fund our robes, we sold shares within our company. We have, however, lost people throughout our project, seeming as we are GCSE students and we're getting closer to our GCSEs, so people are leaving to revise. So we've gone from a strong 12 to about a strong 6.
So future possibilities, we've gained lots of positive feedback, and with a few tweaks to our design, we believe we could sell it quite successfully. However, with exams coming up, we don't think we really have the time to pursue this at the moment.
So I'd like to finish up. Oh, sorry.
Although our product might not have brought in the most money, and we have hit a few bumps along the way, we would like to say that we have learnt a lot and that we can take this on to further education and after our education and into the outside world. Although our calendar didn't work, we got to overcome these problems in a safe and controlled environment. And as Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, and it is the courage to continue that counts.
So to finish up, we'd like to thank Hepka Motion, who is a local company that really helped us and gave us a lot of feedback and help throughout our process in developing our final product. Also Heathcote Fabric for the supply of the water material, and also the staff at Devon High School who have really helped us along the way and pushed us to strive to achieve our dreams and goals. But also last but not least, Young Enterprise and their advisors. Without all of you, not be coming to this fair and would not have a final product. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, TET. Seriously impressed, I hope. That was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? Can I just ask you to give all the teams, please, a big round of applause for today? Very good. We now come to actually just as difficult a piece. We now come to the judges, having to make a decision on that. I'm just very quickly going to introduce them because we're very grateful for the judges for their being here today, for helping us out, for sparing the time and their expertise in what is always a very difficult decision, trying to decide who's going to win the various categories on there. So today we have with us Karen Skerritt, who's the Managing Director for Hub Group. Extra Street Food, I should have said on that. We've got Fleur Lewis, who's a partner in Bishop Fleming, Chris Jones, Head of Products at the Met Office, and Katie Dash, who's the founder and artistic director of the award-winning Padderboat Theatre Company. Thank you very much indeed, all of you. Could I ask you now to retire and make that easy decision of who's won all those categories? Thank you very much. And campaign. So, Chris, can I ask you to come up here and deliver a few words for our audience today, please? Please, can you welcome Chris to the stage?
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. It's better. Good evening, everyone. It really is a great pleasure to be here. I am absolutely astounded and amazed at some of your, all of your presentations and your ideas and thoughts. And if any of you are hiring, please, IBM, one of your companies, please hire me. So it's amazing to also be here, and thank you very much for Marianne and everyone that's coordinated this, and the Met Office. I was really excited to come to the Met Office. I was, kind of getting into my weather forecast kind of style. So I was like, easterly breeze, and here the sun. And I was like, could I do it? No. So it has been, an amazing event so far, and I'm sorry for you guys. It's probably just going to go downhill from now because of me. Sorry in advance. And, as I said, congratulations once again to all of you. So I'm just going to make you all give yourselves another round of applause and just say you are truly, truly amazing. And all your teachers and the sponsors and employers and everyone that's been on board are absolutely amazing, supporting this fantastic initiative. So just to give you some context to my background, I come from a household where religion is a key part of everyday life. So when I began missing church to play football on a Sunday, let's just say the Champong household was in uproar. So they weren't too happy about that. However, after being signed for Arsenal Football Club, have we got any Arsenal fans here? No? No. Yep. Do you know what? Who's an Arsenal fan? Was it you? Yep. Can you? And you an Arsenal fan as well? Fantastic. Got a sweet for you. I thought we'll have more later on. I'll give you your, FA Cup. Fantastic, right? Do you think we'll win it? No. Fantastic. In the bag. Great. It's confirmed. Yeah, I know, exactly. So, after being signed for Arsenal Football Club, my family kind of took the drastic approach, forgot about church, and said, Chris, you can pray at home, God will understand. So that's the family that I come from. Unfortunately, I suffered a massive career-ending injury, which shattered my dream. And I suppose I felt like I didn't have any prospects. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And I'm sure during your companies and during the phase of setting up your businesses, you probably went through a few hiccups and a few ups and downs, or, to mention, and people leaving. And what was the teacher that gave up because she got a promotion? Yeah, or what was that? Yeah. See, bad teacher. No, I'm joking. But you have various hiccups, and it's really, really important that you kind of get over it. And I suppose that was my phase of manning up. That was my phase of manning up, and it was a really, really interesting time. Because, those setbacks are, I suppose, why I'm here today. I mean, I could be a footballer earning 100 grand a week. But I'd probably better being here, don't you think? No, maybe, no. Yeah, no, it is. I'm checking. But I'm just a normal guy. Literally just a normal guy. I'm from London. Anyone been to London? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, great. From East London. Anyone been to East London? Yeah, Stratford. Yeah, but do you remember Stratford when it went to Stratford, like Olympics? It was a bit nasty, to say the least. You wouldn't go to Stratford, but it's amazing now, regeneration, etc. And as I said, I'm from a single-parent household, so my mum has been, the rock and the epicenter of our family. So, bringing up 3 boys, as I said, in that, really deprived area has been quite challenging. But I'm still here. I'm here. In a suit. Great. And so, as I said, I'm a degree apprentice at IBM. So I work from Monday to Thursday, and on Friday I go to university. So at first I was thinking, why am I going to go to university? Why am I going to do an apprenticeship? And all my friends were going to university, and I was like, what am I going to do? And coming from an African household, education is absolutely imperative. So all they want, literally, is just a photo of me with my bachelor's degree to show their friends just for chat. Yep, my son's a doctor. Yep, great, fantastic. I'm the failure of the family. My brothers both have a degree, and you know they've all bankers, etc., and they've done very well. I'm talking to you, so I suppose I haven't failed in life. But anywho, a short video was compiled of my story from, kind of from Arsenal to IBM, and I am, really, really humbled to say I've been involved in the Get In, Go Far government initiative to promote apprenticeships and to kind of wave the flag around alternative schemes to employment. So I'm going to play this video. Hopefully, everything should go to plan. Okay. Where's that mouse? Where's the mouse though? Oh, is it? Oh, it's here. That's right, yeah. Oh, no. On the laptop. Oh, yeah. It's ironic, isn't it? I work for IBM and I can't operate a computer. Okay. I'm the guy from the council estate. Football is kind of like our way of getting out of the hood. I was signed to Arsenal junior squad at the age of 12. Was unfortunately released at 16. I had a really bad injury and it was soul destroying. I had to look at other ways that I could make my dreams possible. Then I got the apprenticeship at IBM. I am determined to become a success. My dream is to help my mum retire. Mum, have you got my food for work? Yeah. Thank you very much, Mum. Can you help me with my collar, please? Thank you. Oh, I need to start getting bigger shirts. Nana, how's my collar?
Nice.
Oh, thank you. My mum raised me and my brothers up on her own. I thought to myself, I need to make money, get something back. An apprenticeship was the best way of doing that. I work in the systems sales team at IBM. I'm a full-time employee. I'm entitled to all the benefits. Morning, how are you? I turned down my place at the university, but I'm not doing anything different to what a grad is doing. I'm always mistaken for a grad.
We've been doing the same thing since day one, Chris.
Only difference is you went to university.
And my beard's better.
Oh, I don't know about that. This is a work of art.
Oh my God.
What do you think now, Monica? Is that... My mum initially thought I was going to go to university, and African household, they're like, you are going to uni, you know what I mean? You are going to university. My mum initially wanted me to be a doctor, a reverend doctor, actually.
In Africa, it's a pride of every parent, to see their children going to university.
Yeah, I'm sorry for disappointing you.
University, you get more knowledge.
I thought to myself, if I can get paid whilst I'm learning, am I swaying you?
Yeah, yeah.
Breathe. I'm going to picture a product. There's some really, really senior people in there. So my heart's beating, it's just like, ooh. This is where the magic happens, using data analytics to understand and recognise your hot and cold data.
The apprentices have just stunned us with their brilliance.
This is all backed by guarantees. It's not just me talking and waffling. It's guaranteed.
Seeing Chris perform today, I get a personal sense of fulfilment and achievement. It's very good.
I'm happy about the route that I chose to go. My apprenticeship has given me the stability and finances to help out my mum. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much. Ooh, that's good. Good.
Are you happy with it?
I'm so happy. Hey. Always thinking of me. Can express my appreciation.
That's right.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Don't cry. I am an apprentice. I've got an actual job. I'm part of the team, and that's a great feeling. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting that. When my friends see that video, they always ask me, like, Chris, out of all things you can get your mum, why would you buy her a red pot? But I always say, it's like, I never knew you could get designer pots. Like, that is vintage designer stuff and really expensive. But anyway, and I'm sure you all appreciated my dancing as well. Did you see that? Yeah. I offer less than £10 an hour, if you wanna get involved. But no, on a serious note, I think that video kind of encompassed my story and my journey so far, and I think the real value and the real kind of spirit of it is when you get people saying, Chris, I've seen your video, and it's really inspired me, and I've gone on to apply for an apprenticeship, I've gone on to apply for this internship or whatever, and it's really, really, I've got it, and it's motivated me. And that's where the real kind of value and benefit comes from. And as the footage showed, I played for Arsenal for 4 years, and after suffering from a career-ending injury, I was forced to reconsider my plans. And whilst you guys were doing your businesses, etc., you come through a stumbling block, and you have to kind of divert and take another route. And it's that sort of thing where, how are you going to navigate to the goal with stumbling blocks? So having to rethink my career plan, I decided to, look into different career paths, and I was offered a place at Loughborough University and to study economics, but I declined that in favour of an apprenticeship. And, seriously, I say this, hand on my heart, doing an apprenticeship was probably one of the best kind of experiences of my life. And I'm not just here to just say everyone should do an apprenticeship or anything like that, but I'm just saying, you guys, you're amazing, continue to broaden your horizons, if you can do internships and stuff like that, and go into schools, and employers and workplaces, and do all that sort of stuff. Continue your businesses, and, continue to broaden your horizons. And, people often ask me about the transition from football to business, and I think, young people in sports, in societies, in activities, in clubs, reading club, all of that sort of stuff. It's really, really important. It kind of gets that whole, the skill set. So, leadership skills, teamwork, people management, and, some of the skills that you all mentioned in your presentation. And for me, I realized that there isn't much difference between kind of football and, it being in the office. You work together in a team to score goals and to create and to achieve goals. Excuse my pun. So I remember the first time I started my own business. I was 13 and I was in a bit of a predicament. So I had this girlfriend, which is quite high maintenance. So at 13, it was just, and it was her birthday was coming up, and I was thinking, oh, okay, what am I going to do? She wanted Uggs. 13-year-old girl, 130-pound train. What are you doing? Anyway, so I thought to myself, I haven't got that type of money. What am I going to do? And I unofficially went to go and sell donuts. I don't know if people do that in schools still. It's really naughty. It's illegal in my school, but you're not allowed to sell. But I did it anyway. I took a risk. Teachers, close your ears. Sorry. But it was an experience where I thought, I took a risk and I made some money. I made £100 in that first week, and I was like, wow, forget school. I'm gonna sell donuts for the rest of my life. It was really, really interesting. But in the end, my business had to dissolve because I got several detentions. My donuts were seized and eaten in front of me by the PE teachers. How ironic, eh? But and me and Nell are no longer together now. It didn't work out, didn't last. She took the Uggs and ran away. But that's for another time. And I also remember my Young Enterprise challenge as well. So that it was not as good as yours. You guys are absolutely incredible. We just washed cars, and you were like, yeah, should we make a clothing line? It didn't really work, and then in the end, we're like, okay, just forget it. It was. I feel embarrassed. You guys are amazing, absolutely amazing, but that whole experience did teach me about kind of creativity, determination, and kind of starting up an official business in comparison to my unofficial business. But people always ask me kind of where my determination and my spirit, I suppose, comes from, and I suppose as you sort of saw in the video, I was playing around with my gran, tickling her. I like to play with her. I annoy her because she's very ticklish. Anyway, and it stemmed from my gran. So it comes from my gran, and I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes my gran can be so annoying. She's like, "Chris, did you go to church today?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, gran, I couldn't. I was out last night." That sort of. And she's really, really just But I love her. She's the epitome of determination and relentless kind of drive. To break. And so my gran had 5 children in Ghana, in Africa, And she, lived in really, really kind of deprived circumstances. It was really, really hard for her. However, she kind of used her she has a really loud voice, so she set up a market stall, started selling clothes, and she actually, she was able to afford to send all the kids, 5 kids, to school, and also send other people's kids in the village to school as well. And at one point, the situation became so drastic that she had to sell her own clothes to facilitate that. But she believed in, the power of education and enhancing ourselves and, I suppose, sacrificing. And so, my gran, I suppose, was probably one of the best entrepreneurs that I know. And, I suppose she could be the next Lord Sugar. I could see it right now, The Apprentice featuring Nana, in Ghana. She'd be all over it. She'd love it. Yeah, and so it's really, really poignant that you guys are getting your experience here, doing things outside the box and not just, the whole academic, getting GCSEs, getting A stars, etc. Because a lot of people have that, and not a lot of people have done what you guys have done, presenting in this format, creating your ideas, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And so I'm just going to kind of wrap up. So as my video showed, you won't necessarily sometimes take the route that you intend to take. However, sometimes you can still reach that destination. I was privileged to feature in an Arsenal matchday program on the first game of the season against Liverpool. And I was suited and booted. It was for the national apprenticeship marketing kind of collateral. But I suppose in my mind, I probably envisioned myself in the Arsenal matchday program, in my shorts, in my shin pads, in my football boots. But I was suited and booted. But I suppose I still kind of reached that whole destination, if you get my drift. So it's, even if you don't kind of arrive at that destination the way you want it, keep on going, keep on pushing. And you literally can, do anything. And when you are all big businessmen and women, please remember me. As I said, if there are any jobs on the table, I'm here. And, thank you very, very much for listening. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I'm gonna... If it's all right, can I take a selfie with you all in the back? You can come and get involved as well. Is it? These are the important things. Let me see if I can do that. Can I just? Oh yeah, that's great. A few more. Oh, I think someone's ruining it. Who's got? Yeah, it's one of your faces. I don't know. Yeah, come on.
It's mine.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you, Chris. We'd normally go into a Q&A session with Chris now, but I'm conscious he's got a train to catch because he's come all the way from London and he's got to get that back there tonight. So can I again just ask you for a round of applause for Chris? Chris, thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. I think we just need to get your chauffeur out. He's on his way. Good. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. As I say, conscious that we're running slightly over for various reasons, and the judges are still away on there. What I'd like to do now is just actually thank all the teams by presenting them with some certificates, because all of you have made an achievement, both by entering the competition, getting this far, and achieving what you have with all your individual ideas, thoughts, products, and so on. So we've got certificates for you all to show that you've actually completed that before we get to the nuts and bolts element of it, which is the presentation of the certificates themselves. So, if I could just ask the teams to come up, we'll just do them in the order. Well, I'll do it what I've got on the programme here. Alison's got the, yep, good, the sheets on there. So if I could ask OMJ to come up, please. Then if we go Wood on Waves, please. Well done for Wood on Waves. Can I ask for Fractured to come up, please? Main lights, please. County routes, please. Can I have Preem, please? Preem. Can we have Brain Blocks, please? We've now got Blue Velvet, please. Well done, Blue Velvet. And finally, TT, please. Right, now we come to the crunch bit. So if I could hand over. You're going to do it all, are you? Good. We're going to give it to me. Oh, right. Oh, heck. 5 pounds of potatoes, peas. Right. We have results here. I'll make sure I just get it right on that. I'm going to do it from the bottom up. I'm going to start with the best presentations. So if Alison's got that one ready, yeah, okay. And this is the unanimous decision, or the decision of the judges. In third place was Fractured. Second place, County Roots. And in first place, it's Wood on Waves. Come up and get your presentations. We now come to the best trade stand. And I'm allowed to say the comment that you got on here as well? It was the hardest category choice. Yeah, just shows how difficult it is. In third place was Brain Blocks. In second place, Wood on Waves. And in first place, County Roots. Getting close now. Best Company Report. In third place, County Roots. In second place, Wood on Waves. And in first place, Brain Blocks. Now we come to the most important one, the overall winners. And this is the team that will go through to the regional final. Third place, Brain Blocks. Second place, Wood on Waves. I'm not going to keep you in suspense like they do on the television. The winners are County Roots. Well, once again, I think, certainly from my perspective, it's been an absolute amazing afternoon. So thank you very much for all of the participants here today. It's been really, really enjoyable. They put so much effort in over the year. I know there are various business advisors here today. I'm one as well. And just to see the time and effort that everybody has put in to their thoughts, their ideas, their products, their commitment, as Chris has said, is absolutely fantastic to see. So from our perspective, thank you very much indeed. It's been a brilliant year as far as we're concerned. I've just got a few thank yous to say now towards the end to let you off home then. I'd like to thank all the business advisors, because obviously they're the people that have given their time willingly, have gone into the schools, given you their help, advice and guidance. And certainly from my perspective as one, I love it, because I actually see the start of the year when a team come together and they've got those original thoughts, ideas, no idea exactly how they're going to develop them, no idea where they're going, no idea where the money's coming from. And today, we walk out of here, you've seen the class and the work that has been put into the presentations and all of the work that they've done to get to this point in time. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you to the business advisors for all the work that you've done to support those teams. I'd also like to thank our sponsors. We have Devon Contract Waste, TDK Lambda, Exeter City Council, Hepco Motion, just to name but a few of the main ones. We really do appreciate your help on this. We've got to thank the judges. We've got Karen, Fleur, Katie and Chris. Thank you very much indeed for your time. And again, I don't envy you sitting in those chairs. It's never easy to make the choices. Chris has already gone. I'd like to thank him for the speech that he gave. To me, the lesson I took out of that is never give up. There's always an opportunity. There's always a chance on that. Doesn't matter whether you are. And you, in your presentations, have also said how difficult it's been at times when you've come at brick walls, but you've got round them or you've got over them. So thanks to Chris for that. Thanks to the Met Office for once again hosting us here and providing the facilities and the buffet that we had out there. It really is a really enticing environment to be in. And we like to give you somewhere like this to show that actually how much you're appreciated. We try and give you a good environment. So thank you to the Met Office for this. Thank you to Alex at the back from BitPod for streaming us live. And how many users have we got, or how many visitors do we know up there? 4. Row. 20 now. But there's been a lot more at this point in time. Hello, 20, whoever you are. Hello. We've had them on all afternoon, so that's your chance. You've been on there. Hopefully you've been able to Twitter it out, retweet it, and for people to see it on there. Thank you to Steve for taking the pictures as well. He's come along and taken his time to take all the pictures of you at various points in time today. I'd like to thank all the board members that work with me on the board, who again, once again, give up all our time, or their time, just to try and help Devon Young Enterprise get to where we are. And one last thank you, probably the most important one for me, beyond the teams themselves, is there's been somebody here today who's done all the work, who's done all of the chasing around the country, who's done all of the organisation for us. And that's Marion at the back there. Marion, can you come up? Can you come up, Marion, please? You can't stand at the back. You've got to come up. Thank you. Don't worry, it's not a marriage proposal. Come on up. You've got to come up. Thank you, Marion, for all the work you've done. Just a little something. Once again, Marion's done all that work. Thank you very much indeed for all that you do for Young Enterprise in Devon. Oh, right. So if just the teams and the judges could quickly stay behind for some photographs afterwards, as Steve, our official photographer, has had to go. That's all. Great. Thank you, Marion. Thank you once again, Marion.